5 mistakes to avoid during closing remarks for a speech. Winners make a habit of manufacturing their own positive expectations in advance of the event. Brian Tracy. Is your speech for your next event prepared and ready to go? The introduction and body of your presentation might be in good shape, but don't forget about your conclusion. Often your audience will remember your final words the longest, so don't waste this important part of your speech. It can be difficult to craft closing remarks that are brief but make an impact on your audience. With a few small changes, however, you can end your speech with a bang. Here are 5 common mistakes you should avoid during your closing remarks for a speech. Number 1. Only saying thank you. It's never a bad idea to thank your audience, but only saying thank you can feel abrupt. It doesn't drive your points home. Don't just be polite, give your conclusion some meat so your audience will walk away remembering every word. For a more impactful end to your speech, summarize your message in a few simple sentences. Then provide some actionable steps the audience can take. After finishing this conclusion, you can then say thank you before exiting the stage. Number 2. Not tying up loose ends. Make sure you hit all of the points you say you will. If you're going to cover 4 steps, but then only mention 3, your audience will notice. And they're going to be so busy wondering what happened to step 4 that they won't remember your other 3 points. Maybe you're approaching the end of your speech when you realize with horror that you forgot to cover one of your points. If so, don't panic. Just find a way to naturally slip it in. If you can't come up with an idea on the fly to smoothly add in your extra point, own up to it and tell your audience that you forgot a point in the middle, but you're going to give it to them now. They'll appreciate both the transparency and the extra information, and you'll conclude your speech without leaving any important strings hanging. Number 3. Not summarizing your main message. The primary point of your speech should be crystal clear. Don't make your audience figure it out for themselves. Spell out the main message of your talk. Tell them what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you've told them. Every part of your speech should tie back to a central point. Make sure you're clear about how your subpoints support or relate to that main message. And at the end of your presentation, you should circle back around to the beginning. Remember, people are likely to retain what you say at the very end of your speech, so don't lose this opportunity to summarize your main message and help your audience remember it even after they leave. Number 4. Including a call to action. If you don't end your speech with a strong call to action, you're just leaving money on the table. The whole point of public speaking is to get people to take action. So a call to action is an absolutely essential part of your speech. Think of it as the end of a sales presentation. Decide what action you want your audience to take, and then get them to take it. What goes into a good call to action? Your call to action should be a strong and decisive statement. A sentence where you could put an exclamation point at the end. Make it easy for your audience to take action by being clear and direct. Tell your audience what you want them to do, and they'll do it. Not utilizing inflection in your voice. Your audience is perceptive to not only what you say, but how you say it. Use your tone of voice, inflection, and pitch to signal that things are wrapping up. Your body language plays a part here too. You might choose to pick up your speech notes from the podium or close a book that's been opened in front of you. Many speakers will pick up their energy and emphasis as they deliver the conclusion of their speech. This tactic can reinforce to the audience that it's time to sit up and pay attention.